Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the mayor here, Heath Sheeran, and here for another 3-minute video. And today we're talking about the interview and particularly the in-person interview. And I want to go through some stuff with that real quick with you. Let's start with who should be in the room. This should be decision makers. And that could be someone, like the hiring manager or people who are going to be managing this person or working with this person. And if you would like to, have a team interview and invite some other people from the team in there, other account managers or other producers, people like that, invite them in there as well. And you can get their feedback, you can get their buy-in. It's a great strategy there as well. And then you can always dismiss them when it comes down to talking about the money or benefits or whatever that may be. From there, you'll want to, welcome the candidate and begin the interview process. You can explain the process to them, the expectations and, the role they're applying for. The questions will need to vary. However, you will want to focus specifically on the role they're applying for. For example, if they're applying for the role of the account manager, you might want to start with retention or cross-selling, something like that. How in the past, if you worked with retention, what do you see as your biggest or the biggest driver of retention? How do you handle calls about rate increases or rate hikes or things of that nature? You might want to just find out some of those things. If you're interviewing a producer, you might want to start with prospecting. I think that's a big part of producers, and you might want to ask them, how do you obtain your opportunities? Have you ever cold called? What's your success rate in those cold calls? How do you overcome objections in cold calls? Tell me a success story in either one of those roles, account manager, CSR type, or the producer. You want to make sure that you do that. I think that's going to be really crucial in the in-person interview. And you can read their body language in this, and you can see what we're thinking on that. I also think you also have to prepare the office. You want to put your best foot forward. You want to have the office clean, have the staff prepared to know that the candidate is coming. And, if you're going to have other people, as I mentioned earlier, in the room for like a group or a team interview, have them prepare 2 or 3 questions pertaining to the role and have them ready to ask those questions and be a part of the interview. And then, as the last part of this would be evaluating the interview. You're going to make sure that you get the feedback from that team and let them, kind of tell you what they think about it, how they think the interview went, and make sure that, you discuss those pros and cons, weigh those things out. The goal is to have 2 or 3 candidates there. And so you want to make sure you weigh out those pros and cons. And the last thing I will tell you, just a little piece of advice, from APP to you, don't settle. Make sure that you hire someone not just to be the most technically sound person or, the funnest guy in the room. You want to make sure they're a cultural fit, but also a technical fit. You want to make sure that the team members can work with them. And, I guess the ultimate goal there is you only want to hire rock stars. The goal is to hire the best out there for your agency. So again, don't settle. I really hope that this interview has helped you. I really hope that this video has helped you in the in-person interview process. And I hope that you guys have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today.